When I first started in triathlons over 30 years ago, people always commented on my running form or lack of. Had my chest up real high, my arms were held together like I was carrying a football, head was up, arched back, feet turned out, just absolutely dreadful. Well, over the years, I tried to refine it, and it got a little bit better. And there's some techniques that you guys can follow that will really help your running form. And if we break down running form, we want to start first with our head. The head position should be nice and still, and it should be looking forward, not up and nor down. It should be in a neutral position with your neck. Shoulders, nice and soft. Don't bunch them up towards your ears. Keep them down nice and low. Arm carriage, as your arm carriage swings through, we want to look at about an 80 to 90 degree bend at your elbow flexion, and your hand should just come up to the lower part of your breastbone, and occasionally you can drop them down right to your hip bone. We need to be careful about getting too much lift in the backside because that works the posterior deltoid and the tricep muscle. So it's a very relaxed, fluid arm carriage. The pelvis should be tucked gently underneath your hips. In other words, I don't want my butt sticking back, nor do I want to arch my stomach forward. It should be tucked underneath as if you're sitting on a high stool. And when you're doing that, it allows you to go through the 4 phases of your foot plant more comfortably and more efficiently. The 4 phases are the stance phase. When your foot hits the ground, ideally it should make gentle contact with the heel and immediately move forward to the second phase, and that's midfoot. If we think of a heel striker hitting like that, we end up deaccelerating, and as we do that and we lose our momentum, we have to bring our body up over our foot and then push off. So we go from stance to midfoot to the push off, which is the 3rd phase, and the 4th and final one is the float phase as your foot is recovering in the air. When you think of proper body alignment, think of your chest, knees, and your feet. They should all be in the same plane when your foot makes contact with the ground. So during the float phase, you're not reaching out with your leg way out in front. Your foot is actually descending and it's dropping and going slightly backwards on contact. Well, how do you get that? Well, if you think of taking a shorter stride rather than reaching out, that will make your stride length more efficient. When you think of your running form, think of it as an art form. It's not a robotic skill. You don't have to program 10 different skills or techniques into this art form. When I think of running, I think of children. Children run nice and relaxed. Their shoulders are relaxed. They have an easiness, a fluidity about them. And really, if you go out on one of your runs, take 1 or 2 of these little techniques, think about them, but run relaxed, run fluid. Your flow will be very, very easy, and you'll be a much more efficient runner.